Hello and welcome to another episode of AWSP News. Hard to believe we're looking at the end of November and the short sprint to winter break. Hang in there, you can do it. So far this year has flown by and AWSP has been all over the place supporting principals and the principalship in the education of all students. That's our mission, supporting you. I often get asked, what does AWSP do for principals? Well, it's more like, what don't we do for principals? One of the big things we do every year is advocate for principals and the principalship, and this year is no exception. This year's platform includes three big topics: equitable funding, quality workforce, and student supports. We'll continue to advocate for equitable funding for districts, but also for you and your colleagues. We specifically called out how rising teacher salaries have closed the gap between what most school administrators are making and the teachers they lead, support, and supervise. Because over 250 of you filled out the pay gap survey again this year, we have great data on salaries, your workload, and how much time you're devoting to your job. Last year we had over 550 though, and this data has been incredibly powerful for us. So what I'm saying is, I need 300 of you to hit pause right now and fill out that survey. It should take less than 10 minutes. Oh wait. Aside from advocacy with the Legislature, we've also shared your impact and your workload with OSPI Staffing Enrichment Workgroup, which just finished examining staffing ratios for the prototypical funding formula. We asked for a 25% increase in the amount of funding the state allocates to hire principals and assistant principals. We also asked that the staffing ratios increase for school-based staff, or the Legislature lowers the required student-to-teacher ratio, thereby hiring more teachers for the same amount of students. The principal allocation also increases by the same percentage of the teachers and school-based staff. Along the same lines of thinking, all schools are not created equal. Staffing for 400 students in one school might look completely different than another school with high LAP or ELL populations. So we asked to build in an allocation for principals in the LAP and ELL funding formulas. These are big, bold moves. We're excited to see more and more people in and out of education understanding that great schools simply don't exist without great principals. What else do we do? We've been busy supporting principals and individual members through our member support consultations. Whether you're calling for career advice because you're in a tough spot, or whether you just need a little guidance on a policy or procedure. In late October, we convened over 140 principals and assistant principals to spread our work to their regions and hear from all of you about how we can better support you. Did you get a copy of the third edition of the AWSP Member Handbook? Besides the general information about AWSP and our mission, this precious handbook is packed full of resources to help you be the best principal possible. Version 3.0 of the AWSP Leadership Framework, the School Leader Paradigm, self-care tips, and best of all, our 12-month survival guide, which highlights monthly activities for you and your student leaders. Want one? Contact AWSP or head to the resource page under the Member Support menu on our website. Did you know that we also offered a first ever Women in Education Leading and Learning Conference? We featured fantastic speakers like the CEO of Kaiser Permanente, Washington, Susan Mullaney, to talk about the challenges and rewards of leadership. We packed the house full of women educational leaders from all over the state at the Crown Plaza in SeaTac. It was a powerful day. If you missed this great event, don't worry. Just mark your calendar for November 4th, 2020 for the second annual WELL Summit. And in case you missed it, we also have another great resource featuring a strong leader from Kaiser Permanente with another episode of AWSP TV. Kaiser Permanente's Jill Patnode chats with our Roz Thompson about their Thriving Schools program. Watch the episode to learn more about how to support yourself, your school, and your staff when it comes to health and wellness. Calling all presenters. We want you to consider presenting at summer conference. This is such a great time for you to share your learning and successes with your colleagues from across the state. Watch for our official Call for Presenters form coming sometime this month. The 2020 summer conference is already gearing up to be a fantastic event. Will we see you there? Looking for great trauma responsive resources? Our very own Kurt Hatch has been working closely with partner organizations like OSPI, the Smart Center, and Mental Health Technical Transfer Centers to make sure you all have access to the latest and greatest research-backed resources. See Principal Matters for a list of upcoming trauma-responsive webinars or reach out to Kurt directly. And finally, I'm still waiting for you to take the time to nominate a colleague principal or assistant principal for Principal of the Year. Come on, people. If you know someone who is beating the odds, breaking the ranks, making the magic happen, take the time right now to visit our website and nominate a rock star principal or assistant principal today. I beg of thee. Well, that's it from all of us here at AWSP. Keep up the great work for kids, and we'll see you next time. How much time you're devoting to your job last year? Oh my gosh, it wasn't about our salaries, it was about your salaries! I did not mean to yell into the microphone. Yeah, I was gonna punch you. I was having visions of punching you during that paragraph. Son of a... Yes, there were several words in, that were problematic. Starting with the whole script. Just kidding, I wrote it. Oh, yeah, boy.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey.